What is up, guys? Welcome back to this episode of the Road to Redemption podcast. I'm, as always, your grateful host, Cam Williamson. We are on day 9 of the Johnny Depp trial. I'm doing these morning summaries for you. The first person that was the key witness this morning was, I guess, the manager of Johnny Depp's Island. Very fancy. She was kind of less than useful, really. She just said that she noticed Johnny Depp had a gash on his nose, said that Amber Heard was kind of a jerk. And then the bigger story was the cross. So when, this is still Johnny Depp's witness coming up. So she's saying things that are favorable to Johnny Depp. When cross-examination happens, Amber Heard's attorney, Elaine, whatever her name is examining her now, and she's trying to clarify some things. Well, she asked her a ton of inappropriate questions, which Johnny Depp's legal team quickly and properly objected to and won a lot of those to the point where Elaine just kind of gave up in the end. But also, Elaine is so hostile. She's so hostile, and I can't think of any other reason, excuse me, at this point why Amber Heard's defense team would be acting so hostile, other than they should expect to get some, that, they've served some pretty decent hostility from each, barring a few, each one of Johnny Depp's witnesses up to and including himself were quite rough on, Amber Heard's defense team. So I understand where they feel like maybe they might need to be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. But in certain situations, they need to remember what situation they're in, right? You're not talking to this person and you're not being this lawyer in this courtroom for this town that you're going to live in and have lived in forever. You're on national TV talking to a person in front of a jury and everyone is perceiving you. Well, you seem like a dick because you're yelling at someone and just driving into them about something that they're telling you that they don't know. So it's like, or that you're not even allowed to be asking them. And you keep crossing these lines. And like to the jury, this is the thing is, I would hate to see this trial get thrown out for actual like poor representation on Amber Heard's side. But like, God bless. They either are frustrated because they know that they have no case and they're just doing every single thing they can to, make sure that she can't claim that she had improper counsel this whole time. Either that's the situation or she really might have a case for improper counsel because, like, these guys just... I understand that in small towns and stuff, these lawyers don't get a lot of jury time, especially on this big a scale. They can get nervous and they can get flustered and stuff like that. It happens. They're human. But, like, how many days are we going to sit here and go, damn, Amber Heard's team swung and missed again. Damn, Amber Heard's team swung and missed again. For whatever the reason being, it's like, y'all don't have a case. I'm trying to stay relatively objective, right? I've admitted I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan. I don't see anything in this case that would prove him to be a violent man against any women. And it's a situation where unless they're saving an absolute wrecking ball for when her side comes up, this is over, right? I mean, it's over. It just seems to keep getting worse for Amber Heard. Everyone is now talking about each day what outfit she'll be wearing. And today she's wearing like I guess it's a white suit with like a cream or like tan undershirt. And she's got like the Princess Leia hair again that people reference to. I think it was like day 1 or 2. She didn't wear anything blue. Everyone was waiting to see if she was going to copy Johnny's blue suit yesterday. She did not. And it's one of those situations where it's easy to make much ado about nothing. We will definitely do that as the internet and the personalities that be. Some of it is for entertainment factor because court proceedings can be quite boring. But also, you do start to notice things. Apparently, one witness, she's not a witness in the case, but one spectator in the courtroom has gained quite the fan base online. She was known as like the girl in the green dress or whatever she was. I still don't know who she is, but apparently stuff like that is starting to happen. So it just kind of shows you the circus that this is. I'm not opposed to a circus act. Like I said, I'm here for it. I'm down to talk about it, but let's just be clear with what it is. We are still talking about a very serious case. So, we are now getting to a very serious expert witness. This doctor, I didn't catch her name. She has credentials and experience and education out the wazoo, like with the military, with civilians, with families, with students, with adults. Like, it's nuts. This lady is hella qualified. And right before break, they're only on a 15-minute break. Before break, she was talking about how someone is diagnosed with like bipolar disorder or multiple personality disorder or something like that. And they were just going through the basic process of what it is to be diagnosed. That's super important. It's not something that talks about enough. There's people all over the internet that just claim, I have this, I have that, I have this, I have that. It's like, well, okay, you may have some symptoms of that, but if you haven't gone and done the work to talk to a therapist and like be on the active journey of trying to work through it, and you've gained a diagnosis in that way, don't be going around talking about, I have this, let me tell you something about something, because that is about to get squashed, if so facto, today. This lady is very smart. She's very well spoken. She keeps it professional while also being able to break it down for the layman. And she is going to express, now again, she just said that Amber Heard did have bipolar disorder and I think one other diagnosis that I didn't catch. Now, they used BPD, which is not bipolar disorder, and that's BP1 or BP2. BPD was personality disorder, like multiple personality disorder or something like that. And it's one of those things where they're gonna say that her being a seemingly nice person one moment and then being able to act this way could definitely come from her upbringing and her traumas in life and things of that nature. 1000%. And she deserves to be able to tell the entire narrative. I keep talking about that. That is important. So, like, if this was a criminal case, it's not, but if it was, would they consider the time that she serves in prison, had she actually just been the straight up abuser and it was a criminal case, he was taking charges against her for abusing him, she was going to do prison time, and the jury was to hear this terrible upbringing that she had. Apparently she had some issues with her pops. I'm still completely I find it so disrespectful that it seems like now, even today, Amber Heard's eyeshadow is darker. Like she's literally painting darker bruises under her eyes. What the fuck is going on with that? And that I hear nothing about online. She's literally painting bruises on her face. What? Unless I'm crazy. Unless I'm seeing shit. Please, someone tell me. All you have to do is look at a couple pictures. She looks like she has deep, dark bruises under her eyes. And then her lawyer has the gall to stand there and talk about what kind of makeup does she use. Is it kind of a natural look? No, I know the witness said that. They keep going back to Amber Heard's makeup. Bitch, y'all better leave that alone. The company came out against y'all talking about you're stupid. You better stop with the makeup stuff. Again, unless Amber Heard has a wallop in the bag, and I'm talking about a wallop, on film, recorded, Johnny Depp, wagaga. This case is over. It's over. Because, again, it's still Johnny Depp's, case in chief, meaning it's his turn to present his case. The tides can always turn. But seemingly, now, I'm surprised in this. I've been through an unfortunate amount of court proceedings, whether it be through family court for, custody and visitation of my daughter, or when I got in trouble for DUIs and shit like that. One thing I've always known to be consistent is before you enter a court proceeding, all evidence has to be admitted so both parties can consider it and see what is going on, right? You cannot present evidence in the middle of a court case and go, look, Your Honor, this is what happened. And they go, wait, what? And it's completely damning or something like, and you just don't know. You have nothing to go off of with this. So like, and they're doing that a lot in this case. I remember there was a specific instance in my child custody case where I walked into court with a fucking binder this thick of text messages, emails, just the nastiest, grimiest. It would have made this conversation look like a fucking child's story. And I walked in and I go, yo, I moved as far as I have away because like this is how toxic this relationship was. If I didn't, there was absolutely no chance that my kid grows up normal. Not a shot if I'm close. Because I truly believe that this person being this toxic would just constantly make sure that nothing was ever healthy. So I created so much distance and I made this, I made my point. And her lawyer goes, well, we haven't seen any of this. And the judge goes, yeah, you didn't show anybody that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I just got here. You guys gave me a court date? I'm here. And I was representing myself. I couldn't afford an attorney. That was my biggest mistake. And they were like, yeah, no, you can't do that. And he looks through it and he goes, yeah, no, nope, objection. And they threw the whole shit out. So I'm literally standing there, no lawyer, no nothing, literally about to lose my kid with a stack of shit to prove my case. And they're like, yeah, no, you can't do that, man. You would have had to have admitted that. They would have had to have been able to see it before today. You can't do that. So it's either now I have to file again and do all this shit again without a lawyer, or now I have to fucking get one because I just fucked myself over hardcore, which I did. And guess what happened when I got the lawyer? We walked in. I was supposed to have a court case at like 9 o'clock. They walked into side chambers at like 8:58 and walked out by 9. And my lawyer grabs me on the shoulder and goes, yeah, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to get 1 weekend a month, but you get to meet halfway. And yeah, tough shit, my guy. You win some, you lose some. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? So again, when you guys see some people that get like hella passionate about this case, it's because I've seen children be used as weapons, and I've seen restraining orders or threats of restraining orders be weaponized. I've seen people tell their Hollywood tales of how fights went down, and I've been not only as, a participant in these, but I've also been a spectator to some things, guys. Relationships in my life, I'm realizing, have not always been stable around me. So I'm very used to chaos all the time. And I'm very used to constantly kind of holding everything that you love dear because you know that at any moment it could be attempted to be stripped away from you, whether that be emotionally, physically, even mentally, your confidence, your who you are. When you live in a constant like feeling like someone's just trying to get you all the time, it makes for a person to become quite hateful and quite mean and quite closed off and quite, having issues with trust, emotional regulation, because oftentimes they're loners. They don't have people to talk to because they don't trust people. And it gets really tough when you see stuff like this, because you see a person in Johnny Depp, I believe, who took a chance, and I'm sure some of it was selfish because Amber Heard's not bad looking, whatever. I'm sure there was the lustiness to that relationship, and I'm sure there was an emotional connection, but he was so clearly damaged. It's hard because it's his job right now to talk poorly on her. It's hard to see right now what he ever saw in her. But it's easy to do that, right? Like when life goes down and you see people's true natures, you go, what the fuck, man? Like, what was I thinking? And then you start to kind of look back on this situation. And you go, where did it start to go wrong? Where did things go wrong? And then whether it's an abuser with or without a narcissistic label, and they either verbally berate you all the time or physically put your hands on you, like, when there's a moment in the relationship where things change, a pivotal moment happens, and either they lose control, they feel like they're losing control, things aren't going their way, something like that. Life's timeline isn't matching up the way they thought it was going to. And that suddenly becomes your downfall, because you're the oftentimes only one left around to be fucked with all the time. And it sucks because, in life and in love, you get to wake up every day and choose to have interactions with people, and you get to wake up every day in your bed and put your feet on the floor and make a plan for your day, hopefully, and go about that plan. But as much as you're willing to allow it, life can open up for you really at any moment, right? So, like, I don't know about y'all, but recently things have felt a little Groundhog Day-ish, where it's like, damn, okay, gonna wake up and do this again, gonna wake up and do this again, where even with stuff that I love, not throwing shade, grateful for it. And maybe it's just a part of getting older. I'm willing to accept that too. But you wake up and you go, okay, yeah, no, I know. And then you're back again, and you're back again, talking different shit, talking about different stuff, and, looking a little older, but it's like, no, not much is going on. So a couple weeks ago, I go, well, let me try to open myself back up to life a little bit. Let me do things a little different. Let me break the routine. Let me see what happens if I let life happen a little bit. And I notice, unfortunately, life doesn't really happen much anymore. Like, people don't really look at each other, and they don't try to engage with one another, and they don't have any interest in a simple hello or, I don't know, a small conversation just in a grocery line and stuff. People don't do that anymore. And it makes me genuinely sad, because I've always felt like I was a person that was put here on this earth to kind of promote the idea that we're all connected through love, and that loving each other and being genuinely kind and being one community is something that we should actively be striving for if we're going to consider ourselves responsible dwellers of this place that we call Earth. All climate change stuff aside, we can at least be kind, right? We may not be able to undo hundreds of thousands of years of shit that's going on, but like, you can be kind to every person you see. And I can understand that it's scary to be kind. For someone who suffers from severe anxiety, it was, worse at different times in my life, but there was times where, like, I walked around for a couple years without really picking my head up. When I walked through grocery stores, I would kind of look down, and anywhere I was kind of looking down. Unless you talk to me, then I would kind of like, yo. And then even then, I'm kind of like, yeah, man, no, cool. And I would always do something to be looking somewhere else, because I didn't want you to see me. I'm cool if you see me, but I don't want you to, like, see me, Because if you see me, then you see everything that's about to come out, right? And that's hard. And I think because not everyone brings that out in us, but you could, like, walk past a person. You just get that, like, sometimes it's like a motherly vibe off someone, or sometimes it's like a fatherly vibe where you're like, yeah, I don't know why, but, like, I feel like if we sat down, you'd have a lot of cool shit to tell me. And, like, sometimes you just get these, I do anyway, get these, like, waves off of people where it's like, there used to be more people that waved, right? That was like, I bet, I get you. I get it. Well, yep, human. Good to see you. I feel like I walk around in this, like, video game land of people. Sure, they're out doing shit. But again, where is the fucking human interaction anymore? Where is the hi? What's up? What's your, what brings y'all here? Like, people don't do that because they're more interested in having that conversation in a comment section, which is cool. I definitely appreciate that. But I fear that we're getting to a place where we genuinely don't know how to have relationships anymore. So, and it does become oh so easy when you've been sitting at your office doing this all day, talking shit to people, talking crazy to people. And then you go home and somebody displeases you to start going and just turning it into a comment section. Well, guess what? In that comment section, you don't have to look at that person. So then what happens? You go to the grocery store. I can't look at you. Why? Because you're wearing all the wrong clothes that I don't like. You probably believe this. You got a mask on. You don't got a mask on. Man, motherfucker, let me just stay on my phone and probably take a picture of you on my Instagram so I can clown you for all my fucking 200 followers that's going to call you a dipshit in whatever secret private fuck Facebook group we have. Like, yo, fuck all that shit. Fuck all y'all. Fuck all y'all. Anybody like that, fuck you the hard way, yo. Because you're ruining this fucking world. The one life that we have, you motherfuckers are ruining it. Now, Elon Musk bought Twitter. People act like that's going to cancel, this cancel culture, if you will. But I was one for a while that really did believe that a lot of this was just online Russian bot farms and shit like that. But it's like, yo, go walk outside. Go. Take a walk. That, I notice, if you take a walk in nature, like I've been taking my family on nature trails and shit. If you walk on nature and you notice you're kind of with like-minded people there that are often seeking that same thing, which is not the solace of being in a fucking museum or a zoo or some crazy shit that we would have gone to as a kid that's like, well, why am I in this building looking at a bunch of old shit? Let me go and experience life that is now. I can learn about that other shit later. I'm not saying museums aren't important, but like, anyway, you go and you take a walk, and almost every person is like, hey, good morning, good to see you. And there's a couple people that like they walk with their head straight down. In the same way that you can kind of feel that whoosh off someone when you walk past them. Like, are they going to be cool? Should I even look up? Every person, no matter how strong it is within you, has that intuitive nature to where, like, as you're approaching someone, the feeling gets stronger of like, should I even look up? Is there any chance, by the way this person is posturing, carrying themselves, the energy that they give off, that they're going to look up and just give me a yo? Okay, yeah, and that's how you get in this thing. Because you're both trying to fucking hubbub each other's energy. Hey. And now you're fucking weird. Now you're awkward. And, oh, fuck, that was a nightmare. So the next person, head down. I don't give a shit what they're doing. And then that person walks by, maybe having a bad day, just wanting, connect to what is real. And they walk past you and you're like, oh, God damn it, that was a fucking nightmare. And they're going, man, that person. But like, I walk past these people now and I see them with the heads down. Oftentimes they're like hands in the pockets, just walking. I can almost read the whole situation. Like, my guy, you haven't been out of the house in quite some time. I can see that because the shirt you're wearing, you've been wearing it for a very long time. The shorts you've been wearing, you're wearing them for even longer. You don't have socks on and your feet are disgusting. And like, you're walking with your head down. I'm imagining everything is going wrong in here. You might have made the first attempt you've made in a very long time to do anything, which is just get to this walking trail and walk outside. And yo, I'm so goddamn proud of you for that. Don't look at me, because I don't even deserve it, I feel. The strength that it takes to get to that spot is fucking hard today. Because it's easier to sit on the phone and play the games and do the bullshit and watch the Johnny Depp trials and stuff. But it's like I'm watching these fucking people fight for their souls and their lives out here. And then we get online and we just completely disrespect it. And it makes me fucking sick that people like Amber Heard can even sit with themselves, because there's so many people in today's day and age that are willing to sit and watch the world burn, sit and trash people and just do terrible shit to each other. For what? For clout? Who gives a fuck? Everybody is so fucking unhappy. Who gives a fuck if you're the focus of 15 minutes of attention or not? Let me emphasize this fast and quick. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter, yo. I don't care if you only have one person in your life. If you have 0 people in your life, go anywhere today where there's like a 5% chance you might just encounter a person. Make some sort of positive connection with another human being today. That's the Road to Redemption podcast homework for you. Find a living, breathing human being. No, your fucking cat or your dog doesn't count. Go outside, find a human. Hi, have a good day. That's all I'm asking. Contribute that fucking much today. While you're at it, like, subscribe, hit the bell. I'm going to go back to watching this trial. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you on the next one.